Hi guys, welcome again to Passion for Real Estate. I'm your host, Cris Del Cid, alongside
Nestor Gotay with Realty Conceps Group. Guys, we are live, and we're real estate agents licensed in Maryland, Virginia, and the District of Columbia.
That's right, guys. Today, our fourth episode, we're going to bring to you guys what is an appraisal. Basically, an appraisal is the value of the market value of a property under the current market conditions.
And so a lot of people get confused when you talk about the value of a property, right? So there are CMAs that are comparative market analysis, and there is an appraisal. So we're going to talk about the difference between those two, and we're going to show you how we get a CMA completed. All right, guys. So let's go to my computer. And let's say I have a client who's interested on this property. I have a buyer client, okay? Let's say it's interested on this property. The seller is asking for $324,900, right? So what your agent is going to do, he or she is going to pull out the recent sales around the area, and you only want to get the closest one to the subject property. Let's say 3/4 of a mile around, and you get the results. So you compare those results against the subject property, against the property that you're looking for, and then your agent is going to give you a report that looks something like this. That is going to have a little bit of market information, market analysis, and is going to compare the properties against the property that you're looking to put an offer to, and it's going to give you a estimated value that you can put an offer to, right? So that's a CMA, a comparative market analysis.
That was a very good explanation of what a CMA is. I'm going to go to what is an appraisal. And I have an example for you guys here of an appraisal. We're going to run right through it real quick and give you guys some good bullet points here from the appraisal. First of all, the appraisal is typically paid by the buyer when they're applying for their mortgage, and it can range anywhere from $475 and up. This one was $474. It's got a lot of details in it. In the report itself, from the subject property, details of the contract, details of the neighborhood, the site where the property sits at. It's also got neighborhood information on there too, any improvements that have been done to the property. And one of the most important features that I think is the comparables page. Typically they use 6 comparables. I think lenders mostly require anywhere from 4 to 6 comparables, and they take different aspects of the property and make the comparison. Now, in comparison with a CMA, this is a lot more detailed, and this actually gives you a definite price of what the value of the property should be. In this case, it's indicated by the sales comparison approach, which is the current value of the property under the current market conditions. Also included on here is going to be any lender required repairs that the appraiser noted. Also, it's going to have pictures of the subject property and pictures of the comparable properties that were used in the report. One of the important features as well too is in all appraisals there is a sketch of the finished areas of the house, of the square footage, which is used for the comparison. And also one of the most important features too is a map of the comparables that were used here. Most lenders require that the comparables be within a mile, or at least most of them be within a mile of the subject property. This one, for example, all of them are well within a mile, most of them within half a mile.
So now we showed you what a CMA and appraisal is, right? So this is not to be confused with a home inspection, all right? So we talked about home inspection in the previous episode. So why do we need an appraisal?
So we need an appraisal to give the lender assurance that they can that the property has the value for the loan amount that they're giving for the property.
So the buyer also wants to know that they're not overpaying for that property. So if you see a property out there, you made an offer, the seller accepted the offer, you also want to make sure that you're not overpaying for that property. So that's when it comes to the buying part of the real estate transaction. When you're selling, why do you need an appraisal or why do you need a CMA?
Well, in most cases, CMAs are used since the appraisal costs money. I've seen in some cases it's not really typical where you have an appraisal when you're on the listing side because of the costs associated with it. But sometimes you do want to use it if you're the listing agent. If you don't have any comps or any good comps in there, you might want to suggest to the seller, the property owner, to get an appraisal done, just so that covers you as an agent and also gets the seller the most money for their property.
So this is what we brought to you guys this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Guys, thank you so much. Tune in next week for our next episode. Check us out on Facebook, all social media platforms. Give us any suggestions, any feedback, any topics you want us to talk about. Till next time, this is Cris Del Cid signing off alongside
Nestor Gote. Take care, guys.
Till next time.